AI is changing everything, right? I mean, how we work, how we learn, even how we think. But as this revolution just keeps picking up speed, we have to ask a really important question. Is this incredible new future being built for all of us, or is it accidentally leaving billions of people behind? So this comment from New York's governor, it really stirred things up. And she did clarify her remarks later. But, no matter the intent, it pointed to a pretty raw nerve. This deep, nagging gap in who actually has access to the basic tools of our modern world.
And look, this isn't just a feeling or some anecdote. It is a reality that is backed by some serious data. Research from Pew shows that a staggering 34% of Black and 39% of Hispanic households right here in the U.S. don't have reliable broadband. That's the digital divide, right there in black and white. So this digital divide creates something we can call the AI opportunity gap. And it's not just one thing. It's really two major barriers that are kind of systematically locking millions of people out of the future that's being built as we speak. So let's break them down. Okay, so on one hand, you've got the access barrier. This is the simple physical reality of not having internet, and it affects 2.7 billion people across the globe. But then on the other hand, there's the control barrier. This one's more systemic. Right now, AI is pretty much developed and owned by a handful of giant tech companies, and their models, well, they're built for huge mass markets, not necessarily for the unique cultural and language needs of smaller communities. And that brings us to the core challenge, doesn't it? If a lack of internet is this giant wall and corporate control is the gatekeeper, how on earth do you get these amazing new tools to the billions of people who are essentially locked out? How do you even begin to solve a problem that big? Well, the proposed answer is kind of wild. It's as simple as it is radical. You just take the internet completely out of the equation. You bypass the single biggest barrier by making it totally irrelevant. And that idea, that's the whole foundation for a completely new model of equitable tech, a solution that's not designed for some perfect hyper-connected world, but for the world as it actually is for billions of people. So, say hello to the AI-powered offline-first laptop. The whole concept is built on three main pillars. First, hardware that's actually affordable and tough enough for the real world. Second, software running on what's called a localized and ethical large language model. And third, and this is key, an implementation strategy that's completely driven by the community itself. Okay, I just mentioned large language model, or LLM. Let's just quickly break that down. Really, all you need to know is that it's the engine. It's the brain that powers this kind of AI. It's what lets a chatbot or an AI tutor understand what you're saying and talk back in a way that sounds human, all because it was trained on just massive amounts of text. All right, so that's the high-level vision. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the tech itself, and just as important, the community-first approach that actually brings this whole thing to life. So the hardware is designed for the real world, not some pristine office. We're talking $200 a unit, so it's actually affordable. It's built tough, shock-resistant case, spill-proof keyboard, life-proof. And the battery goes for over 12 hours and can even be charged with solar power. This thing is truly built for resilience. But look, awesome hardware is one thing. The real magic here, that's in the software. This is not some generic one-size-fits-all AI. The AI tutors are trained on culturally relevant stuff so they can understand local dialects like Spanish or languages like Navajo. It's also packed with offline tools to help you build a career, coding labs, resume builders, and crucially, it has ethical safeguards built right in from the start to filter out harmful junk and reduce bias. And how they get these into people's hands is maybe the most brilliant part. It's not about just dropping off a box. The whole thing starts by training local tech ambassadors. Parents, teachers, community leaders. Then they team up with trusted groups like Black Girls Code for distribution, and they build local support networks so everyone can help each other out long term. So, as you can probably tell by now, this is so much bigger than just a piece of hardware. This is a proof of concept for an entirely new philosophy, the genuine democratization of AI. And the potential impact is just massive. Pilot programs are projecting a 30% jump in digital literacy scores. And that's not just about knowing how to use a computer, that's about getting the foundational skills to even participate in the modern economy. It's also projected to boost STEM engagement by 25%. I mean, by giving kids these hands-on tools, you could spark a lifelong interest in science, tech, engineering, and math, opening up career paths they might have never even imagined.
And this is huge. It actually creates jobs. We're talking over 500 local jobs through the ambassador program, tech support, training roles. This is an investment that builds up a community's economy and skills from the inside out. And make no mistake, the plan here is absolutely global. It starts in the US in 2024, but the plan is to expand to Latin America in 2025, and then scale up to sub-Saharan Africa by 2026, adapting the AI for local languages like Swahili and Yoruba. This is a blueprint for closing the AI gap all over the world.
What's so crucial here is that this isn't just about giving people access. It's about setting a new standard for how to do it ethically. The whole approach is privacy first, no user data ever leaves the device. It's transparent. The training data is out there for people to see. And it's sustainable, with a modular design that cuts down on e-waste. When you boil it all down, the ultimate goal is nothing short of a fundamental power shift, taking the keys to the future of AI away from a handful of corporations and putting them directly into the hands of communities. Which really leaves us all with one final, vital question to think about. At this incredible turning point for humanity, who do we actually want building our collective future? Who gets to decide what AI becomes? Well, this whole project suggests a pretty powerful answer: everyone.